Hi there, it's Kute here, sending you love wherever you are around the world. It's a beautiful day in Los Angeles. Today I want to talk a bit about negative feelings. Negative feelings, this thing that we are told, especially in the self-help field, that you should never have. And if you're having a negative feeling, that something is wrong, that you didn't meditate enough, you didn't drink enough green juice, that you're not practicing a certain technique enough, that something's wrong if you're having a negative feeling. And having a relationship with your negative feeling that is actually negative actually creates more of a spiral. So what if there was actually no such thing as a bad feeling, no such thing as a negative feeling? You see, feelings are just feelings. They are energy. They are sensations that move through us. They are feedback mechanisms that we have access to guide us, to tell us when we are on course and to tell us when we are off course. But there's been so much information that you should never have a negative feeling. You should never think negative. You should only think positive. You should never think negative. You should never feel negative. Only positivity. But all that creates is a splitness. All that creates is it keeps you stuck in this sense of continual duality rather than integration and wholeness. See, the real way to deal with negative feelings is not to suppress them, is not to deny them, is not to meditate them away and do a spiritual bypass and pretend that they don't exist. All that does is disconnect you from a part of yourself and disconnect you from the message that a part of yourself is trying to give you, your body is trying to give you, your intuition is trying to give you. Some part of yourself is trying to give you a signal that a part of yourself needs some attention. That's all. It's not bad. It's not negative. It's just energy moving that you need to pay attention to. So what's important in dealing with negative feelings is to have a relationship with those feelings, a relationship with those sensations. And we often label them as bad, as wrong, or I shouldn't have them. But all that does is keep you blocked. As children, we're born free, we're born in touch with our vibrance, our aliveness, our essence, and we learn to suppress all these feelings deep down. Whenever you suppress what you might think is a negative feeling and deny it and don't deal with it or pretend it doesn't exist, you just suppress that part of yourself, and any feeling that isn't dealt with doesn't really go anywhere. It's unresolved. It remains stuck inside of your psyche, in your body, that often manifests into, on a physical level, sickness, dysfunction inside, or it often manifests and it will have to express itself in irritability and frustration. It will express itself sometimes in depression. So if you truly want to heal something, if you truly want to be whole and free and happy, then it's important that you allow yourself the space to embrace the thing called negative feelings. That there's no good feelings and there's no bad feelings. There's just feelings and sensations. Taking the label off, they're just sensations moving through. And what you'll find is that any feeling that you might have termed negative, that you simply allow yourself to hold, allow yourself to not judge, and allow yourself to simply feel. To simply feel with awareness, with total presence and awareness, you'll find that as you're able to take the labels off, be with the sensation of the feeling, that the feeling as an energy will actually dissolve. There's often a fear that we have as human beings that if I allow myself to feel the depth of my sadness, to feel the depth of my negativity, my pain, then I'll never survive. It will never end, when in actuality, it's not feeling it, it's suppressing it, it's suppressing that negative feeling that actually keeps us stuck. Which is why many folks who have been depressed and not feeling great and just feeling stuck emotionally is because that there's so many feelings that they haven't allowed to express, complete themselves and move on, that they've suppressed inside because maybe they're afraid they can't handle it. They're afraid it will last forever. But what you'll find as you feel your feelings with awareness, as you feel your feelings with total presence, as you feel your feelings with total compassion, taking the labels off, that feelings themselves have a life cycle, and as you feel them in a healthy way, not indulge them, but as you feel those feelings, as you feel those sensations, they will arise and they will subside. They will dissolve. You will notice that they will dissolve and complete, and there'll be more spaciousness available. There'll be more light, more energy available to you as a result of your completing and allowing yourself to feel that feeling. You know, there's this kind of idea that we shouldn't feel that, we shouldn't feel that. What if there was nothing that you shouldn't feel, that everything was a part to be embraced, a part of yourself that you got to embrace? There's this idea that we should always feel positive, we should always feel happy, we should always feel positive all the time. When the truth is, you know, life isn't perfect. Life is not perfect. It's full of up and down and the duality. It's full of black and white and rain and shine and positive and negative. The negative feelings aren't bad. They're just part of the play of life, part of the unique flavor of life that's happening in this moment. And your ability to ride that wave, your ability to embrace that sensation without resisting it, will allow it to actually move through much more quickly. But there's also a thing that we sometimes do when we have a positive feeling. We think, well, that's how I should feel all the time. So we then hold on to that, and we kind of hold so tightly onto that. I say that trying to push away negative feelings without dealing with them actually keeps them there longer. And trying to hold on to positive feelings, trying to grip tightly onto positive feelings actually dissolves them much more sooner. But when you have a relationship with them, knowing that every feeling passes, no feeling that you're feeling will last forever. It's the nature of life, it's the nature of change. And when you can accept the nature of change, that no feeling lasts forever, that this too will pass, and you have a relationship with the feeling, you embrace it, you allow it, you welcome it, you feel the sensation and allow it to move through, you realize it's just like the waves that go in and out, a tide that go in and out, that this too will pass. And that there is a deeper dimension of your being, there is a deeper part of you inside that actually holds the feelings, the positive and the negative, the expansion and the contraction, the positive and the negative sensations and feelings. There's a deeper space that can actually hold those feelings that is actually not those feelings. Because when we so identify ourselves with those feelings, when we so identify ourselves as, oh my God, I am this negativity, then it's suffering. Then we get taken for a ride of suffering and pain and up and down, and we're on a roller coaster. But when you can have a relationship, take a step back and have a relationship recognizing, okay, this feeling is an energy moving through, but it's actually not me. This feeling, this negative feeling is not me, and have a little space, then you realize there's something, a spaciousness that the feeling is happening inside of, and you are not the feeling. You are not that sensation. So if you're experiencing a negative feeling's up for you, it doesn't mean you didn't do your meditation right. It doesn't mean you didn't read enough, spiritual text. It doesn't mean that you weren't thinking correctly and, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Maybe I didn't drink enough green juice. No, it just means you're human. And as a human body, you'll experience the expansion and contraction. Life is a process of expansion and contraction. So if you're in a moment of contraction, nothing's wrong. It's just the nature of the inhale, the exhale. The inhale, the exhale. The pulse. When a woman gives birth, the women have told me that there's an expansion and there's a contraction. The contraction is a natural part of the process, and how you hold yourself through that contraction is the key. It's not meant to be one way all the time. So if you're in a moment feeling or dealing with a negative feeling, embrace it. Allow yourself, give yourself the permission with awareness to feel it. Breathe, take a step back, know it won't last forever, feel it, allow it to complete itself, and you will find that it will dissolve. No feeling lasts forever. Your feelings are an incredible signpost and a signal of a part of yourself that needs your attention, and they will guide you, they will teach you, but neither is it about indulging in that feeling forever. When it's gone, when it's dissolved, let it go. Sending you love, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this short video. If you did, subscribe to my blog, send this and share this with everyone. I'm sending you love wherever you are right now.